Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Davida Paswet bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Welcomed in 1900 in the boarding school of the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, Laura soon made her first communion and immediately formulated, like Domenico Savio, the intentions to love God with all of herself, to mortify herself and die in order not to sin. When she realized that her mother was living in a sinful situation, she offered herself to the Lord for her conversion. Worn out by sacrifices and illness, she died in Junín de los Andes on 22nd January 1904. On the last night, she confided, "Mother, I am dying. I have long asked Jesus, offering him my life for you, to obtain your return to God. Mother, before that, will I not have the joy of seeing you repent?" After Laura's death, her mother returned to the sacraments and began a new life. In 2006, the then General Counsellor for Social Communication, Father Tarcesio Scaramuza, now Bishop, started a project for the digital preservation of Salesian materials. 15 years later, the principles that had been established at the time proved their permanent validity, and the site known as the Salesian Digital Library or SDL was recently relaunched. Thanks to the work that renewed the site's visual presentation, updated the underlying software and significantly expanded the contents. Currently, there are over 2 lakhs resources in a broad sense, but their number is potentially infinite. Among the principles established for this work at the time, few are listed as follows. The site had to be an institutional site so that its existence was guaranteed by the congregation itself. The underlying software known as Greenstone Digital Library Software has been and continues to be developed and distributed with the collaboration of UNESCO and the NGO Human Info. The most recent update, late 2020, has been enriched by an excellent and complete search engine, which allows the user to easily find any word, phrase or paragraph, both in the title and in the contents of any document present. The navigation process has also been greatly improved, making it more intuitive in 6 languages and by groups, and the graphic design is also more user-friendly. In general terms, the site is presented in 6 main languages of the congregation, but the language, script, and digital format of its content are potentially unlimited. The new SDL presents the user with 6 large icons of main groups: Don Bosco, Salesianity, Salesian Holiness, Word Level, Multimedia, and Headquarters. Each main group then provides access to the collections, up to now 43 collections, each containing thousands of digital objects, text, images, audio, and video. The new SDL was presented on 22nd January 2021 to the General Counsellor of the Congregation by the Administrator of the SDB ORG site, Brother Hilario Sio, SDB. The official launch will take place on January 24th, the feast day of St. Francis de Sales. On the site of the Agnelli Institute, the new address of the Technical Technology Institute is presented. This new address will be in collaboration with IREN and will be a study journey dedicated to energy, inspired by the words of Greta and the Pope. At a time when school is often spoken about controversy and doubt due to the pandemic, the Eduardo Agnelli Technical Institute announces a new certainty. After starting in 2019, the computer science section, and after winning in 2020 the first place among the technical institutes in Turin and the province as a percentage of work placement Eduscopio survey. In September, the energy articulation will start going. So, to enrich the current training offer with mechanics and mechatronics, electronics and computer science sections. Achievements that don't come from nothing, but that are the results of constant and passionate labor of teachers and students. The growth of these years is the result of 3 interdependent factors: professionalism, and continuity of the Teachers College constant search for collaboration with local companies, curating personal and professional training for students. Comment Professor Giovanni Bosco, Principal of Scientific High School and of the Eduardo Agnelli Technical Institute. Families are looking for us, students appreciate us, and companies chose us. We are very happy with how things are going and we still want to grow. The promise of 14 new members of the Association of Salesian Cooperators of El Salvador was celebrated on 17 January at the San Juan Bosco Temple. The Eucharist was presided over by Father Jose Manuel Solano, National Delegate for the Salesian Cooperators, and the promises accepted by Salvador Torres, Provincial Councillor for Initial Formation, ASC. The new members received an online greeting from Antonio Bocchia, World Coordinator of the ASC. In January, the Don Bosco Development Society (DBDS), the Planning and Development Office of the Salesian Province of Mumbai (INB), is carrying out a healthcare and awareness raising project for the disadvantaged children and young people of Vadodara, Gujarat. On 15 January, the Salesian Vice Province of Sri Lanka, LKC, led by Father Jose Almeida, inaugurated a structure for the rearing of 1,000 pigs whose sale will support Salesian works. In full lockdown, the rectors of the Salesian houses in Slovakia, alongside the members of the provincial councils and the delegates of the sectors of the Salesian Province of Slovakia, SLK, gathered online for a sharing and formation meeting. On 19 and 20th January, 35 Salesians and the provincial Father Peter Timko spoke not only of the experiences of the community life in the situation of COVID-19 pandemic, but also received a cordial video greeting from the Rector Major, Father Angel Fernandez Aritime. In the formative part of the program, the new manual of the Salesian Rector was presented, followed by sharing of the theme of good practices in community animation. Despite the different time zones, the rectors of the houses in Baku in Azerbaijan and Yakutsk in Russia also attended the online gathering. The dissemination program of the text animating and governing the community, the Ministry of the Salesian Rector, proposes for these first months of 2021 the reading, study, sharing on the text second part entitled The Rector in the Salesian Religious Community. At the end of September, animation material was proposed on the first part, the Salesian Consecrated Identity. In April, the introduction video and materials for animation relating to the third part and final part shall be offered, the Rector and the Shared Salesian Mission. Issue 75 July-December 2020 of Recherche Storiche Salesiane, the bi-monthly magazine of religious and civil history, published by the Salesian Historical Institute ISS, has been released. The magazine features 3 essays in the study section of this issue. On 11 January, the graduation ceremony for the staff of the Salesian TVET Center Management, which had been engaged in an e-learning course in recent months, was held online. Specifically designed to improve the quality of vocational training, the course was divided into 4 modules: organizational management, financial management, entrepreneurship, and green and sustainable approaches. The Don Bosco Museum in Shillong, known as Don Bosco Center of Indigenous Cultures, is not just a museum, it is more of an institution with publication, research wing, newsletter, and calendar full of cultural activities. The majestic hexagonal structure is referred to as Shillong's architectural pride. The Don Bosco Center has been established with the goal of popularizing cultural intelligence and awareness, and a museum is more of a holistic educational resource than a viewing forum. There are a number of galleries and each gallery deal with a different aspect. Today, the 23rd January 2021, a new gallery is added to this majestic structure, the Space Center. The new gallery is inaugurated by Dr. K. Sivan, Secretary of Space and Chairman, ISRO, the chief guest for the program, along with Professor S. K. Srivastava, Vice Chancellor of NIHU. Others present at the program as guest of honor were Father Paul O. Lincott, the Provincial of Salesian Province, Shillong, Sri M. Maheshwar Rao, Joint Secretary and Financial Advisor, Department of Space, Ms. G. Jayanti, Joint Secretary Finance, Department of Space, Dr. Raj Kumar, Director, NRSC Hyderabad, Mr. Shashikant Sharma, Group Director, SEC Ahmedabad, Shri Vivek Singh, Assistant Scientific Secretary, ISRO, and Mr. Sylvester Kurba, the Village Headman. The program was chaired by Father Philip Barjo, the Director of SHTC Shillong. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Till we meet again, thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.